So Jacob, Yaakov, has left his parents and he's arrived at the city where his mother grew up. He meets his mother's brother Lavan's daughter Rachel, and he's very smitten by her. So he agrees to work for her father Lavan for 7 years for the right to marry her. Those 7 years fly by, and now it's the wedding night. But the trickster Lavan switches Leah, the older sister, for Rachel, her younger sister. In the morning, Yaakov realizes that he's been tricked, and he then agrees to work for another 7 years for the right to marry Rachel. After those marriages, Leah starts having children. Reuven, then Shimon, then Levi, then Yehuda, while Rachel, her sister, is barren. One day, Reuven, the eldest of Leah's children, comes home with some dudaim, some very special flowers that are known for their fertility powers. Rachel, who's barren, obviously would like some of those. So she approaches her sister Leah and says, "May I please have some of your dudaim?" And in one of the most shocking, painful to read, difficult to understand passages in the entire Torah, Leah lowers the boom. She says to her sister, "It's not enough that you took my husband. Now you also want to take my flowers?" What? This is Leah, one of the matriarchs. How could she be so cruel? How could she be so obnoxious? And worse, how could she say something so plainly ridiculous? Rachel didn't take Leah's husband. If anything, Leah initially took Rachel's husband to be. So what is going on? One of the commentators says in order to understand this passage, you have to realize something. These sisters, who some say were twin sisters, were so close, had a friendship that was so impossible to even understand or express, that Leah was able to kid even about that topic. So she was joking with a big smile on her face. She was saying to her sister, "You have to ask. Of course you can have some of my flowers." But if that's the explanation, then why doesn't the Torah tell us that Leah said to her sister, jokingly? Why does it leave us to wonder? And in fact, some commentators disagree and say, no, Leah was serious. So I was thinking that perhaps the Torah is cautioning us. So often, we are most cruel to those who are most merciful to us, our loved ones in our homes. And then when we go outside our homes, we are most merciful to those who are cruelest to us, our rivals, our enemies. So the Torah is telling us, how often is it that you've got a juicy insult or prank or way to tease or a nickname for a loved one in your home and you just can't resist? And sometimes, you might ruffle some feathers or hurt some feelings, but you throw in a "just kidding," and then it's all fine. But it really may not be fine. And so the Torah may be warning us, as juicy as that nickname is, or that insult, as much as you just can't resist that opportunity to tease or needle, if there's a risk that you may hurt the feelings of a loved one, it may be best to just swallow it and stay quiet.